He never expected a single moment in a grocery store to change his entire understanding of kindness. But that day, as snow drifted gently outside the glass doors of a small supermarket in Toronto, Liam Turner stopped short in the checkout line. The world around him faded. The hum of the conveyor belt, the beep of scanned items, the chatter of other customers, because right in front of him, a young mother was counting pennies with trembling fingers. And somehow, just seeing her pain pulled him forward in a way he didn't expect. Liam wasn't the type who intervened in strangers' lives. He was a quiet single dad, the kind who kept to himself, worked long hours as a delivery driver, and spent his evenings helping his 8-year-old daughter, Emily, with homework. His life had been difficult these past 3 years since his wife passed away from a sudden illness. Grief had made him cautious, careful, closed off, but something about the woman in front of him, her hunched shoulders, her soft Canadian accent apologizing again and again to the cashier, her cheeks flushed with embarrassment, reached a part of him he thought had shut down forever. "I'm so sorry, can you take off the milk? And the cereal too," she whispered, pushing a few coins toward the cashier. Her little boy, maybe 5 years old, clung to her coat sleeve, watching the food disappear from the counter, one item at a time. Liam noticed the boy's mittens, thin, frayed at the fingertips. The kind of wear parents recognize immediately. Emily tugged her father's sleeve and whispered, "Daddy, he looks cold." Liam swallowed hard. The boy wasn't just cold, he looked hungry. And the mother looked like she was fighting not to cry. The cashier sighed, annoyed but trying to hide it. There were people behind Liam in line. Everyone was impatient. Everyone wanted to get home before the snow thickened. But Liam couldn't look away. He remembered a time when he had been the one standing at a register, wallet empty, heart breaking. He remembered holding Emily in his arms after his wife died, wondering how he would raise her alone, wondering if he even could. So when he saw this woman's hands shake as she whispered, "Please remove the bread too," something inside him broke. Liam stepped forward before he even realized he was moving. "Put everything back on," he said softly. "All of it." The woman turned, startled. Her eyes were red, exhaustion, shame, fear all mixed in. "No, I can't let you, you don't have to." "I know," Liam said. "But I want to." The cashier blinked, then began scanning everything again. The woman stood frozen, her son looking between her and Liam like he was watching magic. When the bill was totaled, Liam paid without hesitation. It wasn't like he had a lot of extra money. But he had enough. Enough to help. Enough to make sure that little boy didn't go home hungry. The woman's lip trembled. "Thank you, you don't even know us." Liam forced a small, warm smile. "I've needed help before too. Someone once helped me when I thought no one would. I'm just passing it on." Outside the store, the snow had grown heavier. The sky was a soft gray, and the parking lot glowed gently under the street lamps. The woman walked slowly, almost as if she didn't want the moment to end without expressing everything she was feeling. "My name's Maya," she finally said as they reached the sidewalk. "This is my son, Aiden." Emily stepped forward. "I'm Emily, and this is my daddy, Liam." Aiden offered a shy wave, clutching a small bag of groceries Liam insisted they keep. Maya hesitated, then said quietly, "You didn't just help with food. You saved me today. I was so overwhelmed, I didn't know how I'd make it through this week. I just left a situation that wasn't safe. And I'm trying to start over, but starting over is scary when you have nothing." Liam understood those words on a level he wished he didn't. Emily looked up at Maya with innocent honesty. "My daddy cries sometimes when he thinks I'm asleep. He says everything is hard, but he tries." Liam's face flushed. But Maya smiled softly, not judging, not pitying, just understanding. "All single parents try," she said gently. "It's the only way we know how." There was silence between them, but it wasn't uncomfortable. It was warm, shared. Liam cleared his throat. "Do you two live close by? Do you have a way to get home?" Maya hesitated. "We took the bus, but it's late, and the next one won't come for another hour." Liam nodded. "Come on, I'll drive you. The snow's getting bad." Maya looked unsure but nodded slowly. "Thank you, just this once." They walked to Liam's car, a slightly old SUV, but reliable. Emily chatted with Aiden as if they had known each other forever, and for the first time all evening, the little boy laughed. A small laugh, but precious. As Liam helped load their groceries, he noticed the thinness of Maya's jacket. It wasn't meant for Canadian winters. Without thinking, he grabbed the spare blanket he kept in the trunk and handed it to her. "You'll need this tonight," he said. She took it gently, eyes wet again. "I don't know how to thank you." "You already did." He didn't mean it romantically. He meant it because she accepted the help. Because she allowed him to be useful to someone who needed it. Because sometimes giving was the thing that healed people who were still hurting inside. During the drive, the kids talked about school, cartoons, snowmen. And Maya talked quietly about her plans. She was applying for work, looking for a small place to rent, trying to build a life from scratch. She had escaped a relationship full of control, shouting, and fear. She hadn't felt safe in years. Liam listened with careful attention. Not judging, not intruding, just listening. Because he knew how heavy life could be and how one empathetic ear could change how a person breathed. When they reached her temporary housing, a small women's shelter, Maya turned in her seat and looked directly at Liam. Her voice was soft but steady. "I don't know why you helped me tonight, but I'll never forget it. You didn't just pay for groceries. You reminded me that good people still exist." Liam felt his throat tighten. "You reminded me too," he said. Before she left the car, Emily leaned forward and whispered, "Aiden can play with me again, right?" Aiden smiled shyly. "I want to." Maya looked surprised, then touched. "If it's okay with your dad, maybe one day." Liam nodded. "Yeah, one day would be good." As they drove home, Emily was unusually quiet, staring out the window as the snow fell in soft flakes. "Daddy," she said finally. "Yeah, you helped them today. Mom would be proud." Liam's hands tightened on the steering wheel. The sudden rush of emotion nearly overwhelmed him. Emily rarely talked about her mother, it still hurt too much. He took a shaky breath. "I hope so, Em." "She would," Emily said confidently. "You helped us when Mom didn't come home anymore. And you helped them today. That's what good people do." Liam had no words, only a silent tear slipping down his cheek. Emily reached over and squeezed his hand. That night, after Emily fell asleep, Liam sat alone at the kitchen table. The house was quiet, the room dim except for the soft glow of the lamp. He kept thinking about Maya's shaking hands, Aiden's worn-out mittens, the way they both looked unsure but hopeful when they left the car. He thought about how helping them had stirred something inside him, something warm, something alive. The next morning, Toronto was blanketed in snow. Schools were open but icy. Liam dropped Emily off, then parked outside the shelter. He didn't know if it was right, or if Maya would think he was overstepping, so he stayed in the car for a moment, hesitating. But then she stepped outside, wrapped in the blanket he gave her, waving gently as if she somehow expected him. He rolled down the window. "Hi," she smiled, timid but genuine. "Hi, I brought something," he said, handing her a small bag. Inside were winter gloves and a hat for Aiden. Nothing expensive, just warm. Maya held the bag to her chest. "Thank you," she whispered. "For everything." "You don't have to thank me," Liam said. "Sometimes life puts people in our path for a reason." Maya's eyes softened. "Maybe we were meant to meet." Liam didn't know what the future held. He didn't know if this moment would turn into friendship, or support, or something more someday. But he knew one thing. Helping someone else hadn't just changed Maya's night. It had changed him too. Months later, when Maya found a small apartment and a stable job, when Aiden and Emily became inseparable friends, and when Liam found himself smiling again, really smiling, he realized something powerful. Kindness doesn't just fill the empty spaces in someone else's life. It fills the ones inside your own heart too. And sometimes, a single moment in a grocery store, one mother counting pennies, one little boy waiting quietly, one single dad remembering his own struggles, is enough to create a connection that changes the course of multiple lives. Not because people are perfect, but because they choose, in ordinary moments, to step forward. Even when they don't have to.